Welcome everybody. I am Bernardo Cortese, an interventional cardiologist from Milano, from Fondazione Ricerca e Innovazione Cardiovascolare and DCB Academy and Cardiopac Lyon, France. The background of the study of EASTBOURNE dissection sub-study is very important from a technical point of view. We're talking about the sub-analysis of the largest study ever done on drug-coated balloons, addressing the safety and efficacy of a sirolimus-coated balloon in a broad clinical and lesion types indications for coronary artery disease. So EASTBOURNE is a large study with more than 2,000 patients enrolled, 2,123 so far. EASTBOURNE dissection wanted to address the point of, is leaving a dissection after sirolimus-coated balloon safe or not? Because we have this information from paclitaxel-coated balloons. We have several studies showing how it is safe to leave a dissection after PCB, which is paclitaxel-coated balloon, but we don't have any information regarding its safety and efficacy after sirolimus-coated balloon. So EASTBOURNE dissection wanted to go through this item. So we collected all of the dissections type A, B, and C left after sirolimus-coated balloon angioplasty in the registry. And we collected a number of 73 patients where roughly 2/3 of the lesions, the dissection left were type A and 1/3 type B with only few type C dissections. You know, if you have a larger than type C dissection, usually you have to implant a drug-eluting stent because there is a risk of vessel occlusion. What we wanted to show here is the safety of type A and B dissections left. The study is a prospective single-arm registry with an all-comer population. This is an international multi-center study. 38 centers did participate to it, and as I said, 2,123 patients and 2,440 lesions have been put into the database. We have a CEC, which adjudicated all of the events, and we have a quite strict control of all of the data and information which have been put into the ECRF. The key finding is quite reassuring because we analyzed and we compared the outcome at 1 year of all of the patients left with a dissection to the native vessel disease subgroup of the study. You know, roughly 55% of all of the patients which have been enrolled into EASTBOURNE were de novo lesions. So we compare these patients with the patients left with a dissection. And what we found at 1 year follow-up is that there was no differences in terms of safety and efficacy measures of outcome, meaning MACE, TLR, bleedings, and so on. This is a quite reassuring finding because it is safe to leave a dissection also after a sirolimus-coated balloon. And importantly, we had 0 cases of myocardial infarction in the dissections cohort of patients. So it's totally safe to leave a dissection after a sirolimus-coated balloon. This is the main finding of the study. The impact of everyday practice is quite high. This is not, I would say, a meta-analysis or some quite strange statistical exercise. This is our findings are something that do really impact on the clinical practice for our patients. So, I mean, we can be safe to leave this type of dissection, which will lead for sure to a reduction in the overstenting rate after sirolimus-coated balloon angioplasty. So if you have a fast flow and a dissection, don't pave your coronary artery. This is the main clinical and technical message that arises from EASTBOURNE dissection. And then which are the next steps you're asking? Yeah, we will have more information with a mechanistic study, which is TRANSFORM-1. This study has enrolled and randomized patients to a sirolimus versus a paclitaxel-coated balloon, and all of these patients underwent angiographic follow-up. We have an OCT analysis in these patients, and for sure, this information, which will become available by EuroPCR this year, it has been accepted as a late-breaking trial. We will have a lot more information about this setting.